ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Welcome to the Concrete Genius Podcast. I'm your host, Sauce McKenzie, man. Thank you for tapping in to my wonderful sermon. Yeah. Give yourself a hand. You see, it's the boy, man. Thank you. Follow me on all socials, man, at Concrete Genius Pod. Follow my YouTube at Concrete Genius Pod. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Man to Find Peace. Let's get right into it on this Monday morning. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Rest in peace to Martin Luther King. You know, we learned about Martin Luther King in elementary schools. I went to all black school system, Gary, Indiana, public schools, one of the greatest public school systems in America. All black teachers, all black principals. So from a very early age, I learned about Martin Luther King. Not only that, from my parents. My parents was very progressive in the advancements of black people, very independent, very business minded. So I always knew about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, the history of people. I just could trace my history. So Martin Luther King has always been a very important, impactful person in my life, regardless of the amount of time that has passed since his tragic death or murder, actually. He's still a very, very pivotal influence in the historical aspect of black people, because this man decided to give his life for the black struggle, and he articulated it in ways that a lot of people could understand. So he brought a lot of things to the table, man. Rest in peace to Martin Luther King Jr., rest in peace. I think one of his kids has passed. Just the entire movement. Like, I went to school, we had to watch Eyes on the Prize every day. My mama had me watching Eyes on the Prize. I was 4 years old. I get sick. She like, okay, you finna watch something. So black history is my history. You know what I mean? My parents were from the South. My grandparents are from the South. My family is majority of my family is Choctaw Indian, from the Canton, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi area. My daddy's side of the family is mostly like Chickasaw, like from the Memphis, Tennessee area, northern Mississippi area. So I'm very in tune with my blackness and the historic nature of what it took to overcome the struggles we did. So with that being said, man, take a time out to reflect. Use this day to tell your children, your nieces, your nephews, your students, anybody what it means to have celebrated somebody like Dr. King and what he meant to our lives as black people. And I know it's been a lot of people that contributed to the growth of our movement. It's too many to name. But what Martin Luther King exposed to the world and the doors he opened doors for other movements. And then we know who killed him too. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Follow me on all socials. Y'all know that it has been proven that J. Edgar Hoover killed Martin Luther King, like it's documented. They sued the government and won. So I'm not saying nothing really outstanding, but I am giving some information, some knowledge to those that don't know. So with that being said, again, give it up for Dr. Martin Luther King, a personal hero of mine. And I just love him for the sacrifices that he decided to make for black people. All right, let's get into it, man. It's Monday, NFL playoffs this weekend. I told y'all Pat Mahomes wasn't losing. I had a couple of bets. I gave up the 8.5. Then I had one dumbass bet where I actually gave up the 9.5. The safety hurt me. But enough of that. Excuse me. I know a lot of people complain about the referees when it comes to Kansas City. Listen, man. Maybe some of the calls are iffy. I see Pat Mahomes get calls that Lamar Jackson don't get. Let's just be honest. I've seen Pat Mahomes get calls that if Cam Newton would have got the calls that Pat Mahomes got in the Super Bowl, the Carolina Panthers would have been NFL champions. So I'm not going to say that some of the calls are favorable, but the execution, how can you argue with the execution, man? I mean, Travis Kelce being left wide open, that's an error. Some of the plays, some of the interceptions was errors, but I'm not mad at Houston being upset with some of the calls. You put your heart and sweat in the game, you don't want to feel like the game is being decided on pivotal calls. 3rd and 1. 3rd down, they don't get it, penalty. Another time, they don't get it, penalty. And let's be honest, man. Let's really be honest. The media loves Pat Mahomes. The media loves Kansas City. The media loves Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. And now Caitlin Clark is in that box. That is America's 2 favorite white women. Put your money on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl again, like I told you last week. Detroit Lions. If you listen to my podcast, I told you last week that Jaden Daniels was LeBron James in 2004. Dynamic, a rookie. He's not scared. He is going to be the new face of the NFL. Barring any injury, I pray he don't get hurt. This kid is maybe the best rookie quarterback I've ever seen. No exaggeration. Just calm, collected. I know Detroit had a lot of injuries, but just some of the mistakes. And all this Ben Johnson hype. Hey, wherever Ben Johnson goes, God bless him. I'm not hating on nobody's bag. But Ben Johnson, how do you have a wide receiver throw a trick play pass down 2 scores in the fourth quarter? It makes no sense. So all these guys that white media love proclaiming are geniuses make some of the dumbest decisions known to man. It's no different than Matt Nagy. It's no different than some of these other coordinators, Eberflus, that they try to boost up to be these head coaches. Some guys are just good offensive coordinators. Why is it that black great defensive coordinators are just looked at as intense, passionate leaders on that side of the ball? But white coordinators are considered geniuses. Everybody's not Sean McVay. All right? Sometimes you got to go in there and find you a D'Amico Ryans, man. Give some of these black coordinators a chance to dominate. Ben Johnson, I was not impressed with some of the play calling. Jared Goff, I know it was a bad game. It was just a calamity for Detroit. Hold on 1 second. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man. Sorry for the interruption. But yeah, so basically what I'm trying to tell y'all is that we got to stop overhyping some of these white offensive coordinators that we label geniuses because they put up great numbers against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Some of the play calling just from Detroit offensively was horrendous. I'm going to give Aaron Glenn a pass sometimes. Some of them blitzes were kind of off. But defensively, the Lions were decimated. But let's talk about the greatness of Jaden Daniels. Just the accuracy, the play call, and the toughness, the poise. I've never seen nothing like it. Like other rookies like Joe Flacco or Brock Purdy, all these guys were on teams where anybody could have did what they did. You could have took any other quarterback in the league and did what they did. I don't know if it's another quarterback in the league. Mahomes, maybe. Outside of Pat Mahomes, it could have took the Washington Commanders to the playoffs, to this level of the playoffs. So that's why I say Jaden Daniels is unique in what he does and how he does it. Eagles, Rams. I want a great bet. Eagles, Rams. Eagles over 27.5 points. Saquon over 150 rushing yards. Licked them pretty well. That last touchdown took me over the top. But if it wasn't snowing, you Eagles fans would have got your ass whooped. The Eagles make some of the most confusing play calls I've ever seen in my life. Like some of the shit that the Eagles call on offense or defense, on offense, like having Jalen Hurts with a hobbled leg throw from the back of the end zone and get a safety is some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Like some of the play calling, like just run the ball, bro. You up by a possession and a half. You got the ball. 3-4 minutes left. You run the ball first down. You throw it on second. You throw it on third. Stop trying to be smarter than what the facts are. The facts are you have one of the best offensive lines and you have a generational running back. Turn around, get that man the ball, bro. That's it. That's all. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. It's your boy, Big Sauce. I like to also Lamar Jackson. And shout out Sean King, great quarterback, Tampa Bay Bucks. We had a little exchange on X. I support you, Sean King, QB1, but I also disagree with you. He said something about the angle and the trajectory which Lamar threw the ball. Mark Andrews dropped the ball, right? So let's get that out the way. We got to stop sugarcoating shit when it ain't Lamar's fault. But, I mean, yeah, because now it's, oh, Mark Andrews is such a great guy, but he got to make that catch, bro. He make money, too. He gets paid. So Sean King is still a great player, no disrespect, but I did feel like it was corny to see a former black cornerback, especially somebody from the early 2000s. You know what it meant to play the position. So I just expected you to be more compassionate for Lamar Jackson because it ain't like he played super bad. The second half was spectacular. Players make mistakes. I've watched Peyton Manning win playoff games throwing 2-3 interceptions. I've watched Elway win playoff games throwing multiple interceptions. So we got to stop with the narrative that Lamar lost the game. Did he make some bad plays? Yes. But did Derrick Henry drop a big pass? Yes. Did Mark Henry have a costly fumble? Yes. Did Mark Andrews, I'm sorry, not Mark Henry. Did Mark Andrews have a costly drop on a 2-point conversion? Yes. So if you want to unite some niggas, bro, all you got to do is get them to go against Lamar Jackson. Niggas love hating Lamar Jackson, bro. For some reason, it's in our nature to disregard or dislike somebody black that we feel like shouldn't be there. And I'm so sick of you coon-bellied ass Negroes. I can admit Lamar fucked up in the first half. He played bad. But he should have been in the game. He should have actually won the game. So at some time, we always say the quarterback make big money. He got to do this. At sometimes, bro, your teammates got to bail you out a little bit. And he was in a position for the Baltimore Ravens to win that game. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Follow me on all socials, man. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer. Catch me out in public. See me, talk to me about the content. Let me know what's going on. MLK, K-Day, whatever we got to do. Tap in with me. What's next? What's next? What's next? Man, so I've been having some controversial posts, controversial tweets. But I also had a lot of fans, man. Not fans, but people who enjoy my content. I ain't gonna call nobody no fan. But I do have a lot of dedicated listeners. And I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate everybody comments on any post, anybody tweets anything, anybody shares anything. I appreciate it. Especially on like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. That's really why I'm rocking at. YouTube, I rock a little bit spontaneously. And then Facebook, where I should be rocking, I don't rock as much. And you know the crazy thing is, like I said the other day, Facebook is like where they know me as Roscoe Jenkins. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know the real me. You know what I'm saying? So if it's anybody ever could tell me I'm lying or would tell you, hey, if he was fronting, it would be from Facebook. Because the majority of people that know me on Facebook, I would say half of them been knowing me 75% of my life. So that's why I'm always confident in this content. So when I speak this real conversation, ain't nobody disputing it because they know it's coming from the source of somebody that's been through some real shit. And I love those people. They chime in, they support, they say what they got to say. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. It is a lot of people on Facebook or just in life, but especially on social media. I done fed, free liquor, free advice, free support. You done set your funky ass on my couch. You done borrow money from me, or you done borrow money from somebody in my family, or you might even be family and then borrow money. And then don't even like or share nothing. And then I see you and you be like, I see the pod. Yeah, but I see you sharing somebody else's shit. I don't appreciate it. It don't bother me, but I don't appreciate it. So one day if I decide, hey, that line drawn, don't be surprised. Because at some point, you got to stop tricking yourself into thinking the way people treating you is just some type of inconsistency, and understand people are showing you every time they mistreat you how they feel about you. So yeah, if you know I'm trying to do this podcast stuff, and I ain't just no dude on here talking nonsense, I really be giving game. Because if I wasn't giving game, I wouldn't have so many strangers, that people that's never met me, dedicated to sharing what I say and appreciating the points that I give. So it's got to be fire. So if you know me personally, you know I'm a real nigga. You see this fire coming through, I ain't sharing that shit. You just a hater. And honestly, you probably hating because you didn't see my ascension. You know, you didn't see me pop up like a jack in the box and try to do this, this, and this. And everything I've done, I've been pretty good at it, even though a lot of people try to sabotage it. And you probably think in your life should be better than where you are right now. So why is this nigga smiling and flossing and talking shit on my phone every time I pop up? Because I can. And I'm good at it. And if you don't like it, change the channel. But a lot of people want to watch the channel, but they don't want to watch the advertisement. See, they don't want to support. They don't want to tell nobody. And it's a lot of y'all too, I want to tell you, that see the content and then try to, I ain't going to tell you that because I don't want more people to do it. And I hear them sneak disses, but I ain't going to acknowledge them because, like I said, man, there's a lot of people stuck in these miserable ass FEMA shelters, man. I'm not acknowledging your disses. But even some of you motherfuckers done drunk my liquor and ate good, or then had some sponsor for you. You got something to say, but I ain't got too much time to get to you. I just want you to know I see you on Martin Luther King Day. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. It's your boy, Big Sauce. Follow me on all socials. We gonna win, man. We gonna win. MLK Day. Shout out to Notre Dame, man. I hope Notre Dame win tonight. Shout out to my cousin, D Nice, man. OG from 25th. I love you. Good luck tonight, boy. Let's get this money. Notre Dame. I hope y'all win. I pray y'all win for the state of Indiana. But for my money, I got to go with the Buckeyes. I'm sorry. I want Notre Dame to win. So I'm not going to bet ridiculously, because sometimes I bet crazy. But I'm not going to bet none ridiculous. This is just going to be a little friendly wager, maybe $100, $200 or something, because I think Ohio State going to win. But it's not going to be enough to make me mad if Notre Dame win. Like, I ain't going to bet like 5K or nothing, like no crazy shit. So, but I think Ohio State just too talented on the edges. Notre Dame actually has to play a perfect game to beat them, but I hope it happens. And I also got several people sending in requests of things they want me to talk about on the pod, so I'm going to get to all of y'all. But one of the things a lot of dudes want me to talk about is these filters. Somebody I personally know, a good friend of mine, met a woman on Facebook. She been hitting them up, sending them pictures. Listen, when they send you the pic, bro, and I'm just giving you this as knowledge because I've been married double-digit years. When the pic look like it's greasy and the face is just unblemished, you got to see that shit without a filter, bro. You got to FaceTime immediately. Get that FaceTime in, bro, like, and FaceTime random hours. FaceTime like 10 in the morning before a motherfucker get themselves together and put the whole mask on. You want to see her in her bare beauty before you commit any money, any time, any emotions. That's only fairness to you. Because when women see men, we in our raw element. We ain't got no wig on. 98% of us. We ain't wearing makeup. You know what I'm saying? So when you see us, if we 5'8", 6'8", 6'4", that's what we is. So maybe the first conversation, couple conversations, oh man, you want to look at her, she cute. But whenever you see that picture and it look like the screen greasy, or they look like the lady in Roger Rabbit, was it Rosa Rabbit name? The female rabbit? When they look like that, it's always a filter. If their eyes too white, it's a filter. Like I said, when the filters start first coming out, I thought I had grease on my phone. And those filters create a level of mental illness because people forget how the fuck they look. It's literally catfishing. You can change your perception, so you start thinking that you living life through the beauty filter. Nah, man. Ain't nothing more sexier than about a woman than imperfections. That's why a lot of women who fight to put on these cosmetic perfections see a man happily married to a woman they think they look better than because they didn't put on all this Miss Potato Head shit. But the woman they think they look better than is comfortable in her imperfections, and a man falls in love with that quickly. So I'm giving y'all some game. Cut back on the filters. You want to wear a wig? Hey, that's more power to you. I'm part of the natural hair brigade. I've only dated women who wear their hair naturally most of the time. A couple of wigs and slid in there. You know, they got the personality I want. But what I'm trying to tell you is that, and women are beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is imperfections. Ain't nothing sexier than a mole, a chipped tooth. I ain't trying to be funny. Like, that's sexy. A woman that's comfortable in herself. A little weight, a little chub. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Hold on. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. So yeah, I'm telling you, ladies, we love imperfections. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got a sexy wig, you got a little imperfection, little natural woman body weight. Like, we love that shit, bro. I'm just giving you some game. You ain't always got to get veneers, baby. Like, we love a crooked smile. J. Cole told you. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. We just love sincerity. See, the problem is what society done with all this reality TV and all this other stuff is it's then made women more worried about the outside than the inside. See, a real man is looking for a wife, looking for a life partner. We care about the inside. Because if you're having a long-term relationship, the outside is only a small percentage. Show us your qualities, your nurturing qualities, your compassion, the way you get along with your sisters, the way you got along with your grandmother, the way you got along with your mother, the way you treat your kids. See, that's sexy. That's honorable. All of that exterior shit, trying to be a 35-year-old sexy red, ain't nothing attractive about that shit. Ain't no man gonna marry that shit. I'm just giving you the game. If you don't want the game, change the channel. Men love nurturing, comforting women. That's what we want to protect. We don't want to protect ratchetness. We don't want to protect masculine women. And we don't want to protect bisexual women. Don't no man want to marry that. I know this sounds cruel, but sometimes the truth is cruel when you living in a world of delusion. So if you throw up rainbow emblems one summer, then the next summer you looking for a man, I'm already telling you ain't no man gonna marry you. I know it's painful, but you're going to be lonely for the rest of your life. You might as well try to find a stud and spend the rest of your life with. Because unless you just dashingly beautiful and dashingly manipulative and you find you a sucker, because there's some suckers, ain't no man marrying a woman that's been in a relationship with another woman. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. And I blame a lot of this shit, the downfall, the destruction, on reality TV. Ever since Flavor of Love, Bad Girls Club, all that type of shit started coming on TV, then Love and Hip Hop, then Basketball Wives, we've been 15, 20 years of none but seeing ignorant ass black women on TV. And don't tell me about the man. I talk about the man. I get on the man hard enough. Women got to have some accountability. Natalie Nunn and Mona Scott are war criminals. All they have portrayed for the last 15 years is ignorant ass black women lying, screaming, cutting each other, fighting each other, acting ghetto, acting ignorant. And you know what? I go to a lot of schools. A lot of middle school and high school girls act like that now. Man, 20 years ago, girls weren't getting in shootouts and shit like that. All that is a result of reality TV. It just wasn't happening. Women acted like women. We used to have etiquette classes for women. They don't even have that shit no more. Between the LGBT movement And reality TV, the marriage pool for niggas is disgustingly slim. For black men, excuse me, is disgustingly slim. Because for one, either they're gonna act ratchet, even if they only like women, they're gonna act ratchet. And part of the ratchetness is them thinking that it's okay. When did it be okay for women to brag about being part-time lesbians, third shift lesbians? At no point in history has this been sexy or representative of the black community. So all this, oh, hey, I like girl, I go both. Listen, you go both ways, stay on the other side. Stay on the other side. All that ignorant ratchet, now they shooting at each other. The music is super ignorant. Again, don't tell me about the man. I'm talking about the women. Women need to be held accountable individually. Like how men be held accountable individually. See, because when a man get checked, he either say, fuck you or you right, bro. But no man ever says, well, what about women? They do it too. Because we not built like that. We analyze our deficiencies and we look for accountability within ourselves. It's the nature of being men. Women hate accountability. Again, reality TV. You think you got 6 or 7 lives. You think you can just go from nigga to man to woman to man. It's not attractive. And it's destroying the traditional black family. Because see, the thing about a woman, right? If you stay graceful, you stay in your element of womanhood. And I'm not speaking to women that's divorced. I'm not speaking to women that's had a kid out of wedlock. Things happen. I'm not disrespecting that. Love is there for everybody. But once you decide you 46, your stomach out, you acting ratchet, you dressing like you 17, what you think your daughter gonna be? These girls, if a girl is 18, her whole life, ever since she been 3 years old, she been watching her mama watch Jocelyn Hernandez fight on TV. So what kind of young lady you think she gonna be? She gonna be a gun-toting, bisexual demon. And it's a lot of them. This wasn't an element that was a part of black society. So I'm gonna get on the man, and I stay on the man every podcast, but we need our women to be women again, to strive to be women, to strive to be homemakers. And don't tell me, oh shit, ain't enough nigga, I got to be the breadwinner. Get your money. You know how many women, I know women make 7 figures and still beautiful homemakers. So don't confuse your lack of the ability to get some money or your lack of the ability to be a functional, responsible adult that can't pay your bills by yourself. You live in a 1-2 bedroom apartment with a child. You can't pay your bills by yourself. That's not a man's fault. It's not a man's responsibility to come in here and swoop you off your feet. You a grown ass person. You should already have tread on your tires. You should already have car insurance. You should have enough money in your bank account to get a deductible if somebody hits you. Ain't no reason you be driving around in that dent in your car, turning up with a little bottle of liquor and a wig talking about you a boss bitch. No. Call Progressive, pay the $500, take the shit to the body shop, get your car fixed. Stop looking for what men can do for you and do for yourself, and the right man come sweep you off your feet. I promise you. But until black women start having some accountability about y'all behaviors, and half of y'all, listen, 75% of the women twerking need to stop. Half of y'all too old, or half of y'all ain't just don't have the right twerkability to make it visually appealing. And I blame Natalie Nunn. Natalie Nunn was a Valley girl, biracial Valley girl, white sounding, white talking. Now she the leader of the ratchetness. See, that is a perfect example of how ratchet became normal. I like life better when good girls and good women turn their nose up at ratchet shit. See, that's the good thing about dating you a woman over 35, 40. A good woman, she's still gonna turn her nose up at that ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good women, but the majority of them 35 and over. I'm just trying to tell you. Like, you don't want no thugged out, ratchet ass woman. It's a certain element of femininity that we want to protect. It's like a flower. It's like a delicate rose. You'll give your life to protect that rose. I'm not giving my life for no thorn bush, no weed, none of that. And so if you act inappropriate, loud, ghetto, ratchet, then don't no man want that shit. Man, I don't even like no woman can't talk without using a bunch of profanity. Ain't nothing sexy about that. So we got to fix the black community, and we need our women to be women. Y'all the backbone of society. And I'm going to tell you, man, too, we got to draw the line. See, that's why I like X, formerly Twitter. Elon Musk is killing it with X. He's letting it ride. But a lot of black women on social media, you can start kind of identifying. They blame everything on black men. And I told you the jokes, the bullet bags and all that shit. Now you can go see it when something happened to a black woman. You can check her past tweets. Oh, she tweeted this. She don't like niggas. Hey, we got to draw the line, man. We got the ignorance, the ignorant black women, the women that put their sexuality before their blackness. We got to put them in another class away from the traditional black families. We got to get back to traditional black families. Black man, black woman, black children, black home, black household. And I'm not telling you nothing that other races don't tell they people. What you think a white man do when he get on here? He preach, traditional family values. He not preaching homosexuality. He not preaching lesbianism. He not preaching none of that. He not preaching ratchetness. We got to get back to holding ourselves, holding our women, holding our children accountable for decency. Because you can be ignorant. Ignorance sometimes is an uncontrollable trait. But we don't expect our women to be ignorant. I told y'all, shit went to hell when college women started twerking and acting ratchet. And listen, I'm a big Meg Thee Stallion fan. I like her music. I like her lyrics sometimes. But if we being honest, she represents that side of society. A college-educated woman that promotes nothing but degrading sexuality and ignorance. And promiscuity. Like, listen, when a man get married, he's two things he wants for himself. He want a fat wallet and a woman with low mileage on her odometer on her coochie. You women can make all these complaints about what men do, but I'm telling y'all straight up, a man's body count don't matter if he got his shit together. Don't no man want to marry no woman with a body count that's a teenager. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, cool. You pushing it. My preference is single digits when I dated. Like long term, I might kick it with you, but if I knew by your history, the way you carry yourself, you was in the double digits, I already knew in my head you want wife material. And I'm just being honest because honesty hurts, but women need to hear this. Men like whores. They enjoy whores for personal gratification and satisfaction. But men don't invest or marry whores. Not mature men. Now, a lot of these young NBA niggas, they didn't grow up watching the ratchet shit, so they recycling whores. But I'm talking about the normal man, the supervisor at the waste management company. He don't want to marry no whore. The man with his own insurance business is probably making $400,000 a year. He don't want to marry no whore. So before you complain about him stepping outside his race to get a woman, ask yourself, what has he ran across before he jumped ship? And everybody know I'm a pro-black advocate. But a lot of y'all beat some of these niggas up. It's way more harder to comb through the ashes and find a good black woman than it was 20 years ago. Because like I said, half of them either gay, they broke, or they ratchet. Don't no nigga want no old, ignorant ass, ratchet ass woman. And the minute a nigga see you like other women, it's a turn on. You know what's sexy about a woman? She take care of her kids. She pay her bills. She turn water into wine. See, then we could turn that wine into a whole liquor company. But a woman that puts her kids first. See, a man see a woman that got her kids together, see her hair in a ponytail, see she kind of maybe, she ain't going through it, but she knows she putting her family first. Oh, that's sexy. Because now you handling your business. You taking care of your, I'll come in and elevate you now, baby. We take trips and everything. That's how men think. So ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man. Follow me on all socials. Tap in with your boy, man. It's the best of the best. We gonna redig. I got 5 things that Martin Luther King would be disappointed in. I'm tapping in a little later. But for now, this is just more something I had to get on my chest about some of the ratchet activity, ratchet ignorant I see from the female population. It has to stop. We got to do something about Baddies East. And rest in peace to that young lady. Even though she said some negative stuff about men, I respect when people lose their life. A young lady traveled from Maryland to Cleveland to audition for a Baddies episode and ended up losing her life. Sad story. But Baddies, reality TV, crack cocaine, drill music, black on black crime is all in the same category. So we got to do something about the pervasive ratchetness being projected on your children. You welcome. Follow me on all socials at Concrete Genius Pod. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell 5 friends. Because what you're looking at, you're not going to get a lot of it. It ain't a lot of Sauce McKenzies out there, baby. SAUCE_McKenzie. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer. Follow me on all socials, man, at ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Boy, I finna say, I thought my shit was on mute. I finna start crying because I just took you niggas to church. Yeah, I'm fucking... Take you to church, baby. Follow me on all socials. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. I am here. Amen. Follow me on all socials. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Quick little pod for that ass, man. I'm the best of the best. Catch me where you catch me at, man. I love you. Peace.